Hi there guys, here we go again. We're going to stay close to home and go through all my favourite European cities. So don't forget to subscribe and ting that bell. Now let's get on with the video. Under 2 hours, you're going to fly from London to our first city, Berlin, and it was definitely a great city to visit. It is the quietest city that I have been to, but it was definitely loads to do. Now, definitely check out all the historic and World War sort of museums. There's definitely plenty out there, and a lot of them free, like the Jewish Holocaust Memorial, Checkpoint Charlie, and there's plenty more I'll leave on the description below. Definitely would check out the Hitler Story Bunker. It is come as a cost, but at about £10, it's definitely worthwhile. Lots of history there. Now, if you want to know a lot more about Berlin, I do have a video. We did go there for New Year's, so I'll link that above and definitely check that video out. You'll learn a lot more, and I definitely would recommend New Year's. They know how to party. Now, quickly diving into the accommodation, we stayed at a great hotel, fantastic location in the city centre. Now, I'm going to try and pronounce it, but I'm probably going to say it wrong, so I will put it on the screen as well. It's called the Marta Pro Arta Hotel. I know I've said that completely wrong, but there it is anyway. Now, we paid £70 for this, indoor swimming pool, no breakfast included, but the location was fantastic. I would have thought you'd get it cheaper not being in New Year's, but definitely would recommend it. So if you love Italian food, you are going to love this one. Next up, two cities in one, Rome and the Vatican City. I know Vatican City is a country, but hey ho, I'm going to put it in as a city because it is obviously small and it is in Rome, so you might as well do the both. Starting with Vatican City, definitely check it out. I would definitely not do a tour though. I weren't really impressed with them. And to be fair, it didn't really get you to skip any of the queues. That was your main focus about it, but you end up going into a queue of all the tours because there is actually hundreds of them. Yes, if you want to learn a lot of information about the Vatican City, the Sistine Chapel, all that kind of thing, then they are good, but they're so slow paced and it's a lot to see and you kind of just want to do your own thing sometimes. Now, coming out of Vatican City and going into Rome, it was fantastic city. I love the people, the food and drink were awesome as well, and definitely you won't get bored of pasta and pizza. Now, you're going to need something to do during the day in Rome. Definitely head to the Colosseo. It is the wonder of the world, so it's definitely a must. If you want to go on your own, I would definitely recommend going nice and early because this place gets super busy. At £14, it is not bad price either. You can get a tour, which is a bit more expensive, but yet again, I used the tour and I found it a lot slower and it just wasn't really for me again. So definitely check it out on your own. It's quite easy to get around the Colosseum, so you'll have a great time. Now, everyone likes a freebie. I love a freebie especially, so you've got to check out Trevi Fountain. It's a beautiful spot. It does get super busy, so it's hard to get those great photos, but definitely worth seeing. Also, when you're around that area, there is the Spanish Steps as well, so you've got to check that out because there's some great shopping available there as well. Now, diving into the accommodation quickly, we stayed at a great location, literally a few steps from the Colosseum. Our view was spectacular of it. It was called the Colosseo Panoramic Rooms. We paid about £80 to £90. It was a lovely boutique room. You didn't get any breakfast, but there was a little bit of cooking facilities just outside. There's literally about 4 rooms to this sort of apartment and it was great. Now guys, the best city I've visited so far is this one. The best food hands down, the greatest attractions and the most romantic city in the world, Paris. So what to jump into first in Paris? Well, definitely check out the Eiffel Tower first. £14, you are going to go on the second floor, and £20, you're going to go right to the top. You're going to get some amazing views of the whole of Paris here, and that was amazing. Definitely go online beforehand, book your ticket, and you'll skip a few of the queues. Second up is going to the Louvre. Again, if you go online beforehand, you'll get £14 tickets, and you'll get a time slot, so you don't have to wait in their massive queues. Definitely worth seeing, loads of cool art here, and you get to see the most impressive piece, the Mona Lisa. I couldn't believe how small it was, but it was really impressive. Third up is the Moulin Rouge, an amazing show. One of the best shows I've ever seen, to be fair. It's completely different to anything I've ever seen, and the atmosphere of the whole Moulin Rouge was amazing. At £110 per ticket, it is quite expensive. You get half a bottle of champagne, but I definitely would recommend it as it's like no other show that I've seen before. Excellent. So where do you need to stay? Well, I definitely recommend the Corona Rodere Hotel. It was a 3-star hotel. It does need a bit of TLC, but it was perfect for 60 quid, a great location, easily walking distance to any of the major attractions. The staff are really friendly and you do get breakfast included. So I can't forget that we did go to Disneyland as well. It was an amazing time, especially we got the special New Year's Eve tickets. We got really lucky as this was the first time they actually got a ticketed event, and we got them quite cheap at £45. Now I think they're about £100 a ticket, but it was well worth it. The parades are fantastic. The fireworks at midnight was amazing, and Goofy's DJ disco was awesome too. Even selling champagne. Yes, it was £10 a glass, but it was lovely. Wow, I'm so glad I do these videos because I forget how good these cities are. Well, up next, the best party weekend, Dublin. Well, looking for my hotel, I have found out has been shut down, so I can't really give you any help with the accommodation. But for location wise, we stayed on Lord Edward Street, and that was definitely a great location, right near Dublin Castle and in sort of the heart of Temple Bar, so where all the action is. Now, I love my time in Dublin. It's a great weekend for your friends, couples, have a few beers down in the Temple Bar area. It's a bit expensive at about £7 a pint, but the atmosphere is fantastic and the live bands are really good. Now, if you want something to do during the day, I'd definitely check out the Guinness Factory. It's a good laugh. It's about £14 a ticket. It's a bit of a museum and the history of the Guinness. And then once you get to the top of the tower, there's a 360-degree viewing point of the whole of Dublin, which looks pretty impressive. And included in the price is a nice ice-cold Guinness, so it can't be bad. Second up, I'd definitely check out the Dublin Castle. Just a few hours in here just gives you a bit of an introduction of the Dublin history. Third up is just having a great time with the Dublin sort of people. The Irish was fantastic. I never had any problems. They were super friendly, and I definitely haven't had an experience like it in Temple Bar. It was fantastic at night, and I definitely recommend it. Now, that is pretty much it for me, but I'm going to sneak in one more, and that is my country's capital city of London, baby. What a fantastic city this is, but I just don't appreciate it enough. I definitely highly recommend coming if you've never been before. Lots to do, the museums, the History Museum, the Science Museum, they are all free of charge. Also, if you want to go see a show in the West End, definitely my top pick is Phantom of the Opera. And how cool it is, you can go see the Queen at Buckingham Palace, so you can't get any better than that. So if you've got any questions, then put it down in the comments below and I'll get into them. And don't forget to give me the big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.